So then, the iPad. We all know its beautiful, sleek design probably hides more power than we normally use just watching Netflix or playing Pac-Man. But just how powerful is it? How useful is this tool in a filmmaker's arsenal, and just what is it capable of? I am filming this video today for anyone out there who thinks you can only edit 4K if you have a computer costing thousands of pounds, a dedicated graphics card, and probably has Pro in the name. The truth is, this little family-friendly fun box is more than just an automatic granny confuser. It actually has the potential to be a serious editing machine. The latest iPad costs just £319, which is a fraction of the price of a MacBook Pro. I then use an application called Luma Fusion. Now this is £20 in the UK, but again, this is a fraction of the price of Premiere Pro. Also, you get continuous free updates. In fact, my last 4 videos have been edited using Luma Fusion on this iPad. Hollywood isn't about to switch out its full editing suites for hairy blokes sat there on an iPad. However, what I hope to prove from this video is that actually the iPad is a serious machine, and you can use it to create serious content. Don't be put off by the fact that a lot of other YouTubers are editing on MacBook Pros and equally expensive equipment. The iPad will do just perfectly. You don't need to spend thousands of pounds on unnecessary equipment when you're starting out. Just grab what you have and focus on getting your message across. Of course, it goes without saying that on a device as small and portable as this, you can pick it up and start working just about anywhere. So, it's portable, powerful, and cheap. Surely then, this is a divine gift from the filmmaking gods. Well, not quite. Like a supermodel with an annoying accent, it's only when you start to get to know them do they reveal their true flaws. Firstly, the screen size. There's a lot of information to cram onto its 9.7 inches of screen real estate, and although you could hook it up to a display via an adapter, that sort of defeats the object. And can you really edit seriously on such a small screen? Then there's the software. Brilliant though it is, it's still susceptible to the odd crash and freeze. However, because this is an app and not a desktop program, it does mean that your data is saved after every action you perform. So whilst annoying, it does mean you haven't lost everything. Premiere Pro could learn a thing or two here. So then, it's not without its undeniable problems. But let's take a step back and remember that all of this is available for just £339. That's for the iPad and the software. To get that level for that little money is just insane. So let's have a quick look at just how easy it can be. So, opening the Luma Fusion app. So when looking for things to film in 4K, I did what any gentleman would do and reach for my trusty spatula. So let's grab that clip and drag it down to the timeline. That's playing back nice and smoothly in 4K. So what have we next? Ah yes, no millennial is complete without an avocado. So let's grab this section of the clip and again drag that down to the timeline. And again we can see how that sits there nice and smoothly alongside the first clip. Playing back both clips together there, still nice and smooth in 4K. So let's have a look at our third clip. Here we have the chef that's going to bring all our ingredients together. Unlike the previous 2 clips, I have not selected the piece that I wish to use, so I'm just going to drag that start point and end point to about where it looks good, and then I'll just take that small section down to the timeline. Perfect, there we go, and here we have our 3 clips. I'm only using 3 clips today for the purpose of this video, just because I want to add a few more things like color grading and transitions, and for the sake of speed and ease with this video, I think 3 clips is just a good little selection. So, first and foremost, let's add a little bit of motion into the avocado here. Now, I'm going to use some keyframes, and I have already done a tutorial using Luma Fusion in keyframes. If you're interested, I'll drop the link down below, feel free to check that out. But jumping across now here to the end of this clip, resizing, and we can see that now that has added some smooth movement and motion to the clip. Of course, this being in 4K, it means that we can resize this and we're not actually losing any quality. So here we go, we have all 3 clips on the timeline, and all 3 now have some movement and motion, so they look a little bit more alive. Now let's add some transitions. So you can see here that Luma Fusion comes packed with a great variety of transitions. We have wipes, we have slides, slides, and of course we have a couple of pushes. So let's add some cheese. I think we're going to go for a push to left in here, and then I'll probably go for a shrink up here on the second transition. So let's play that back together, and again that's keeping nice and smooth. Processors here in the iPad doing a really good job. Now let's add a basic color grade. So I'm going to come over to the color and effects tab. I'm going to tap on original, which gives us a collection of sliders so that we can adjust things like brightness, contrast and saturation. However, I want to apply a LUT, so I'm going to jump into Luma Fusion's predefined LUTs, although you can import your own. Today I'm going to choose trendy film. Click back on original, and I'm just going to knock that brightness back a little bit so it brings a little bit more detail into the highlights. That looks good to me. I'm then going to hit the little clipboard symbol, copy that so I can then apply it to the rest of the clips on our timeline. Jumping back and straight into the avocado, color and effects, clipboard and paste. That's looking a little dark for this clip, so tapping on original, I'm then going to push the brightness back up a little bit just to reintroduce some detail into those shadows. That looks good to me, and then jumping onto our third clip, again pasting the effects through the color and effects tab onto this as well, and again that looks a little dark, jumping into original, pushing that brightness back up again to bring some more detail back into those shadows. Now we can see we have our 3 clips, all with transitions and a basic color grade. Actually, I think this first clip is just looking a little on the dark side, so let's come back in here, color and effects, and just reintroduce a little of the brightness to bring some detail back into the shadows this time. Because I've done this on this clip, and this is the one that I copied for the rest, don't worry, it hasn't changed anything on the other clips. So let's introduce now some cinematic black bars to give it a little bit more of a cinematic feel. Drag those on there. I'm importing those from my iCloud drive, dragging those across to the rest of the timeline. Now, I think I might want to resize a couple of these clips so they fit in a little better with the letterboxing, and again we can do this in the frame and fit tab. So that's fine. The avocado, that's looking great just as it is. So we'll come back to the first clip with a spatula, and I'm just going to bring that down a little bit, I think, because yep, I want to give a little bit more detail to the top of the spatula there. So we'll just drag that down. Perfect. That looks good to me. Coming back into the main timeline here then, we have the finished article. We have 3 clips, including the anamorphic letterbox bars, we have color graded it, and of course we have added our transitions. All of this without any lag at all. It's all been nice and smooth, no crashes on the app. And as far as I'm concerned, for everything I've done there, this is as good as any desktop editing software at a fraction of the price. Everything I did there is probably a few of the most used features of any editing system. However, it has all been achieved on Apple's cheapest iPad, and you saw how smooth and effective it was. No YouTube trickery here, ladies and gentlemen.
So I hope this video helps anyone who previously thought filming in 4K was not for them because they didn't have the latest and most expensive equipment in which to edit. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.